Friends, welcome. It is 2020 plus plus a Cyberpunk 2020 second edition game, episode 17. Somehow our cast joined in the exactly correct order, so I didn't need to do anything, which is good, because I didn't check to see if they were in the right order in the first place. Now look, this is probably a day that will be of historical relevance in the future. For those of you that didn't check when this video was uploaded, it's January 6, 2020. So probably in the future, oh my God, 21, that's right. We're in a totally different year. Thank you, Glimo.
That's right. We're playing a historical game now.
I give people
Sure.
30 days, like basically the
I
full
appreciate
month
that.
of
Thanks,
January to fuck
I
up
figure
the year.
if you
Like,
normally
that's
yes,
it.
but I figure when you're talking about the historicness of the day, you kind of got to get it right.
So let me say this. I briefly considered doing an intro sequence where I would interview Drumurboy, because he's our resident Canadian, as to the last time someone invaded the U.S. Capitol, and then I would cut to James as a representative of a Commonwealth state just to see what it's like to watch an American Revolution happen from the point of view of someone who's British. But I also thought, since we're cutting an hour out of today's adventure, and I've been drinking for like 3 hours, maybe it wouldn't be a good idea. So let's try to keep intros like 10 minutes or less so we can play, because we're actually right in the middle of like a big operation.
I think 12's the answer, Andrew, in case you're wondering.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The last time that, yes, the Canadians and the British came on down and burned down the U.S. Capitol. Yeah.
Like, I know about burning the White House and everything, but we kind of skimmed over that a bunch. A lot of countries skim over the weird
Yeah. Don't worry. We do it too. Drummer, how you doing today? How's it going?
It's been a weird day, as you mentioned. I got some creative stuff done for our good boy Henley. Got some music written. No.
He's not that
Like
good.
jazz, funk?
Vacation tropical.
tunes.
Tropical vacation.
Hell yeah. I'm excited to hear it, man.
I didn't get very much done because I got my entire focus and creativity hijacked by a doom scroll or two.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
That's my entire life today as well, to be honest with you.
I already told the cast, but I ordered a new interface, which should be here in a few weeks, which is awesome because I'm so looking forward to getting rid of this water damaged piece and at least maybe opening it up and see if I can fix it and resell it. I've been playing a bunch of a game called Void Bastards. It's pretty
Ooh, that's a good one. I like. Has it gotten better? Because I played it when it first came out, and I was like, okay, I get it, and then I never picked it up again.
I haven't been following. I remember it looking cool and it having like System Shock devs. I'm like, I like System Shock.
It was quite lightweight and basic when I played it the first time.
It
was like, oh, you jump in, explore the spaceship, and then that's that. And there wasn't really much to it.
okay. So it's much larger now. It's like FTL. Like you're going from ship to ship on nodes. And
No, they had that stuff. But what I'm saying is like every ship was like basically the same looking. So
the interiors of the ship are pretty similar, but like
yeah, that was my biggest concern. Is just like, oh, okay, it's the same.
yeah, but it's basically like a first person FTL. You go in, you're a rehydrated client, as they say. You're actually a prisoner.
Mm-hmm.
And they send you in as a disposable unit to go loot stuff.
It's basically think of like the same progression and metagame as FTL, but like think of like say the same sort of like modern Deus Ex exploration stuff that they have, where you can like run around and explore and sneak and try and interact with the environment in funky ways and like throw rocks and
And it's got like
grenades and shit,
the old
yeah.
school like Doom or Wolfenstein aesthetic, where it's like flat sprites, but like more cartoon or comic book illustrated, but they're still flat, so not quite 3D. It's interesting. Watched not the most recent episode of The Expanse, but it's getting good. Season 4 was kind of just a setup season, and now they're like, hot damn.
How are you watching that? Because I'm thinking of picking it up.
Amazon
Prime.
Oh, it's
the
like
only
the
place
one
it's
thing that's
available,
like,
my friend.
it's like that's one of the hardest ones for me to get a hold of, to be honest. But,
Yeah.
Really? I mean, you just get the. Oh, you mean because you need a VPN?
Well, it's not so much that, but more to the case of like a lot of the value from that service comes from extra things, and the extra things we don't really get value for. So
It's true.
it'd be
Prime,
like buying
man.
Amazon. Fuck that! I don't watch Twitch anymore. That'd
I
be
basically have it for
like
I basically have it for like Prime Video and Twitch Prime Gaming subscriptions. I don't really order things very often.
yeah. When I was in America, Twitch Prime was like fucking.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, Void Bastards, it's cool. Music happening, and then that's it. Next,
Glimo, what do you got?
Well, I woke up this morning and I thought I had the most cyberpunk-like thing happen to me. Because for like the third day in a row, I've woken up to a message on my phone saying that my Apple ID is locked and I have to unlock it.
Ooh.
And so apparently someone's trying to, steal my Apple ID. So I finally turned on all the draconian security settings, which means that probably my set-top, my smart TV is never going to get iTunes again. But, it is what it is. And then shortly after that, my country turned into Cyberpunk 2020. So,
yeah, I'm there with you. Yeah.
That's what I got.
I was gonna say it turned into more Far Cry 5 than Cyberpunk.
Far Cry 5, but with Fallout 76 NPCs carrying it out.
I don't know what's happening in chat right now. Should be noted, though, that if you do Twitch Prime or sub to APGamingREAL on Twitch at all, there are 3 new APGamingREAL emotes that have arrived to grace us, including
really?
APGamingREAL Shrimp.
You should get.
I think what we mean is when you subscribe to APGamingREAL.
No, I said it right, but I like your assertive play.
If you ever do get like the silver put in, they should have that as the $24.99 emote.
Oh
like
yeah, listen. The thing is, I started getting these emotes done, like 3 or 4 weeks ago when I wasn't going cray.
Yeah.
I it took me a while to work out what the white one was. I thought it was like Arthur's pointing to a building in the distance. Like
No, it's a die.
I didn't get that. It's too small to see what that is.
It's a giant die. Go look at it on Discord. It's in the general. All right, Glimo, you got anything else?
Nope, that's it.
James, what do you got?
What have I got? As mentioned before the start of the show, I spent like $400 on Oculus apps yesterday because I got like a 25% discount from Oculus for joining up. So I've finished the first episodes of Vader Immortal, having a bit of fun with that. Finished Battle Sister. I finished Cyberpunk 2077 this week as well.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
wow. I'm starting to feel fatigue on that game, so I have to fucking power through it. Like I want to get at least all the side missions done.
I haven't played in 3 days.
That was my issue. I was getting fatigue from doing all the because I'd done all the side jobs. I was just doing the gigs and all the NCPD call-ups, and I was getting fatigued. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to go and finish the game, and I can come back into that sort of stuff while I work through the other endings as well. And I'm not going to obviously don't want to spoil anything, but I will say that my impression of the game was that it was like watching a movie where you don't like the outcome, but you enjoyed watching the outcome. Like I guess I found the ending disappointing, but I thought it was well presented. Like it was a good presentation of the end of a bad story. If you put it, if I can put it that way, I don't know how to describe it. So, look, I think it was very well. Like thinking like the whole length of the game from start to finish, it does a very good job of encapsulating a story. So given I know one of the people who worked on writing it as well, I can sort of see his influence on it too. But I had a good time with that. Not much else in my life really. I got up this morning expecting to find some interesting news, and I found really interesting news, which I've been glued to all day. But other than that, life is pretty normal.
That must be nice.
I taught 2 of my kids D&D yesterday.
Other side of the world. Ooh, that's a dangerous proposition, Grimdarkjames.
What did you start them on?
5th ed, yeah. My wife is a nurse. So my wife is 40 this year. She's a nurse, and in the emergency room which she works, she noticed another nurse had a D20 sticker on her name badge the other day in the department. So she asked her about it, and they ended up speaking about role-playing games for like 2 hours in the break room of the ER. So, but this other nurse is like 24, so probably unlikely to enjoy it.
That's really cool. Like, so was she talking mostly about like the social aspects of it, or was it like stories? Like, I'm always interested in what
because this girl's only played 5th ed, and so my wife was espousing the benefits of 3.5 to her. That was their nerd talk. Yeah, exactly.
3.5, man.
And telling her to check out
play that, huh?
telling her to check out Call of Cthulhu, because my wife really loves Call of Cthulhu. So.
Let me tell you about AD&D.
Look, if this game's taught us anything, is that some systems don't age well, but some GMs do.
Wow, James, that is man looking to earn an extra point of IP when no one else is looking. That's pretty good. You know, speaking of things that are pretty good, how's it going, Henley?
Oh, thanks, man. I'm doing pretty good.
Hey, last week you said my segues were going bad. I was waiting for this moment.
Thank you.
I was waiting to redeem myself.
It's a good one.
It happens.
So I don't really get excited for much these days, you know, because I fucking work my ass to the bone every single fucking day. But I am fucking super stoked for this dumb fucking soda stream that's going to show up tomorrow. I don't know why, but I'm just like, oh yeah, tomorrow's the day of bubbles. I can see it. It's going to show up. I'm going to push that button. It's going to give me bubbles. It's going to feel great. But, you know.
I can't believe how many of you own soda machines in your house. I'm just shocked.
It's not a soda machine. It's a carbonation unit.
Okay.
You know, like, You're not putting it in.
You're just reframing the words.
Did you have one of those as a kid, Henley, in Australia as a kid?
I think so. Yeah.
Because I remember I had a soda stream as a kid, and it was one who had to use those little one-use soda bottles. You know, so you had to have a whole stash of those to put in it, and like it's so much better now having the big CO2 canister.
Yeah. So I mean, I'll be mostly using it because I drink a shitload of carbonated water, and it's getting to the point where I'm like, my biggest problem in Poland is that I don't remember which of the water is the one that I want to drink, because I like my bubbles. I like a lot of bubbles in my water. So, you know, when you buy like a 2-liter bottle and it's like the wrong type, you're just like, oh man.
Did you buy the powered version or the unpowered version of the soda stream?
I don't know. Mostly because it's in Polish when I buy things. So
okay.
It's hard to tell, but I think I bought the basic bitch version. There was definitely a lot bigger one that I could have gotten, a lot more. But this one was mostly just like, okay, I'll see if it's got something that I'm going to use a lot, and if it is, I'll look into first modifying like the tank so that I don't have to pay for things so much, and you know, a bunch of shit like that.
Be careful with the aftermarket CO2 stuff though, because it's like we had one of my roommates in college had one, and he had the aftermarket thing, and he made water that was painful.
Yeah. Just like there's potable water, there is potable CO2, and there is unpotable CO2.
It hurt.
Well, I mean, I'm mostly thinking about like just like tank size rather than like strength or anything like that.
Well, it's whether it's pure CO2 or whether there's other gases in it that are not.
Yeah, some dealers cut their CO2 with other stuff, you know, to make it last longer.
Wow, guys, come on now.
But you know, the other things that I've been doing is I recently finished a commission for 20. Because my company Discord's like 900, almost 1,000 people now. and there's a lot of activity in there. And a lot of people just like, give me some fucking emotes. I'm like, fine, okay, fine. So I paid this nice lady, and she made me 20 emotes. And let me tell you, the activity has skyrocketed since then. And I've had people because my Twitter is pretty big. It's not
if you were paying attention to the game Discord, he blasted us with like 6 or 8 of them earlier in the week.
No, that was the private one, not the big one, the open one. But yeah, that was mostly just for Arthur's sake, because we were talking about it last Sunday. Yeah, but he was already got stuff commissioned, so but that got finished, and now because of it, like I've had a bunch of people be like, oh, okay, so when's the plushie coming? And I'm like, oh my god, are you fucking
hey man, I'm still waiting for my Battletech Urban Mech plushie, man. It's gonna be awesome.
I gotta say, Henley, that I once paid an anime artist to do Super Dimensional, the giant head anime pictures, myself and my co-host for my podcast, and she never came through. And it's one of those things I've always been disappointed I never got. That would have been a great banner for our Facebook page.
Yeah.
I mean, I know a bunch of artists. If you want something done, man, let me know. They'll be like, what's this? A commission that's not pornography? Oh man.
I think I've never well, first off, the podcast is on hiatus anyway, but I'd always sort of thought that the moment I got someone else to do it, the first girl would suddenly come through with it, even though it's been like 5 years.
I've had artists hold out on me, James. Don't worry. Look, it's so much worse though when you try to pay them and they won't take your money. You have to chase them down like dogs, throwing cash at them.
My publisher does that, dude. Like literally, I'll be like, okay, I need you to invoice me for the month of November, and he's like, all right. And then like, all right, so you still haven't done it. I need to pay you money so that I can spend my money. Can you fucking please invoice me? It's like, oh, he's a great guy, but man, sometimes he just doesn't care about getting paid, and it's really, I don't understand it. I really don't get it. But yeah, that's that. That's me. Thanks. I'm ready to play.
Wow, it's one of our fastest intros ever. It's half the time of the last one. Spoon, stop spamming emotes in chat. It's bad. You're bad. I wanted to take the time to announce that a friend of this particular show, Brian, aka Sputnik, is back on the internet. He's doing a lot better. He and Jillian are doing great. And Sputnik will be joining me in the immediate future on another D&D show.
Nice.
Stick around. That'll be happening.
I think I know which one.
Awesome.
Yeah. I'm still organizing a cast. Don't worry. I saw your application, Dave. Although, again, the fact that you can no longer taste certain flavors, I think will make it difficult to be part of a D&D cooking show.
Oh, come on.
Don't come on me. It's the whole show.
I can pretend to have taste just as good as you pretend to have taste in anime.
Wow. Oh, that's right. No, I have to accept it. We already declared that you're the prince of anime. You defeated me last year, which was 2020 and not 2021, because 2021 is the year we're in now.
Oh, how could I forget that?
That statement didn't make sense to you. You skipped intros. Previously on this show, you decided to take a job for Dante Fierro, which would be extra dangerous to go up against the internet phone company, the largest corporation in the world. Wolfgang Roth was tasked with infiltrating this company directly, which he did by murdering a guy in his own apartment and then assuming his identity. Marcus Bishop observed from a distance using a sniper rifle scope and gathered some critical intel. Coltan Bonez. It actually evades me what you did because I know that you had a whole sequence, but I've been drinking.
I was trying to look up their third-party repo crew, but that
yes, you did that. You found out information about them.
I found info, but nothing actionable.
Nothing actionable. Not everything always works out in that regard. And Glimo also did things.
Hashtag.
Oh, you meant with hashtag, and you're gonna have hashtag gate crash.
The toucan.
Yeah, hashtag in the toucan. Yeah. Wow. You know, it occurs to me that if someone started watching the show on this particular episode, they would have no idea what we were saying.
I feel like as well that we've gone for like 2 episodes where Henley's basically made almost no skill rolls, and he's going to make all the skill rolls this game.
That's true.
Yep.
Don't remind me. I don't like rolling in this game.
Fuck it up, Dave.
Just
Time to harden up, I think.
catching. Your job in particular is to escort a woman named Hu Li Jing, also known as the Netrunner TV, into the internet phone company and ensure that her insertion into the security apparatus is successful and that there is no hangups. One final thing of note that we discovered is that Bishop is being hunted by 2 terrorists by the name of Scarlet Vermilion and Norway Pepperoni, who are part of what I will only call the Toucan Sam gang.
The Fruit Loops.
Right. Okay, so let's pick up. I know it took me a little while to get there, but what do you want to do?
So, what was the last interaction that I had with the group?
You
I think...
talked to the group on a few minutes before you went and murdered Johann Altman and assumed his identity after stuffing him in a closet. I think maybe you stuffed him in his gun safe.
No, his refrigerator.
Refrigerator.
Yeah, couldn't get him to open it.
Couldn't get into the safe, yeah.
So the other thing I wanted to ask you, and this is fairly important. What type of body armor and stuff and clothing does the guy have? Because I'll have to take off my clothes.
He doesn't have any body armor, and he's going to be a solo, so he'll be issued that, corporate gear. His clothes right now, we're talking yacht jackets. I think they're called Afghans.
Okay.
Boating shorts.
What would be funny is if the reason he doesn't wear armor is because he's a Gemini full Borg. And the moment you walk in and get scared, like, oh, this person has organs. Can't be the person we're looking for.
Now, you did know that he had a set of cyberware that had been discussed before, but you also discovered he had cyberware you'd never seen before as well. That wasn't in his file. The cyber eye and also the pheromones. Yep.
Pheromone stuff is actually kind of an interesting upgrade. I might consider getting that. I've never.
It's pretty cheap too, from memory. It's only a few hundred euros.
Mm. Is there a chance I could get it done today?
So you can, however, I will remind you that you are being watched by the internet phone company, and you suddenly going and getting a cyberware surgery would be a little unusual the day before you work for the company. Yes, they'd probably ask you, what cyberware did you get put in your body?
And then I'll be like, I got this.
Check up. I was just getting it, making sure that it's everything I've got is kosher, ready for an interview.
That certainly is a thing you could attempt to do.
I'll be like, hey Vic, I need to get a sight and some grip. That's what I'll say to him.
Buy some pheromone fluid, some blinker fluid for your
elbow grease. Yeah. Okay, then I won't worry about it right now. I'll consider the upgrade later. But
okay, so there's a countdown. The countdown begins when dawn is approaching. Men break into Johann Altman's room, put a black bag over his head, and drag him in a van.
Okay. I literally had like a brain aneurysm when you said dawn is approaching, and I'm like, hold on, what fucking game are we playing?
Dawn of the final day.
So sorry, is this guy supposed to know he's been recruited or not?
Yes. He knows he's been recruited. He knows he's joining. But they're basically hazing people. Yes, he doesn't know he's going to get black bag. It's like the internet phone company's hazing for their new employees. You know, like keep them off guard when they arrive, so that when they're interviewed and they ask, you know, like, are you a traitor or anything? They're like, oh no, I'm not. And they're like, his vitals are flatlining. Get him, he's lying.
You're way off baseline.
Yeah,
his vitals are flatlining. He's lying. No, he's actually dying.
I'm sorry, James. You know what I mean, though, right? Like they're gonna try to knock him off balance before they drag him in the room.
Yeah.
All right. Is there any way that I would be?
Well, what I'm asking is, before that happens, does anyone else have anything they want to cover or do?
So I think that the plan
I got my extra hearing upgrades so that if something goes wrong, Wolfgang can give me the high sign.
So you're spending a few hours in a cyber clinic getting ripper docked?
Yeah.
I thought we weren't going to use radio. Oh no, we're going to use the beep beeps for it.
Yeah, we're going to beep beep if shit goes sideways, so that we know and can. I don't know what the hell we're going to do about it, but.
Guys,
so we were going to use a Netrunner to actually try and hack the machine, weren't we? The scanning machine.
10
yes, I have hired that guy, and he's going to give us a 10-minute window.
Yep.
Do we have oh, there it is. It's in the thing. Never mind.
And we were still debating as to whether Bonez would actually go in or not, and what you would do if you actually like. I don't even know what Wolfgang's going to do when he's inside. I guess, but
I'm not going to go in, but I'm going to probably survey the back door where the third-party repo people happen. So if we do ever have to get in, that's a thing we have. Like, it's not the front door unless we want to use the front door.
Okay.
It's just it's mostly surveillance though, because like.
Okay, so they all come in and out of the front entrance. So you could.
Oh, they don't have their own...
There's only one extremely secure entrance. There are emergency exits, but they are actually treated like this is a secure facility. They are treated very seriously.
I thought they were like.
No, they're dragged in the front door, and they have to drag prisoners all the way to the back of the.
That's
the
where my disconnect was, because I'm like, if they're like just disposable grunts, then they probably they don't want to talk to them. My bad.
No, they have to do like a handoff thing in the cells.
Well, then I'll be.
You could be watching the front door.
Yeah, I'll be on standby because I don't really have any crossover skills for this type of mission.
Well, if someone gets shot, I assure you.
Other than like trying to save a dying person.
What you could potentially do. I mean, I think she didn't ask for this, but we could offer her. I don't know if you can medicate something to help her pass baseline tests, you know.
I asked her I asked her last time if she had any, or if she wanted any like
pharmaceutical aid
stuff to regulate her. Okay.
Yeah.
Could you get her to sign a release that say she's doing this without doctor's advice?
You know, I think she'd prefer not to leave a paper trail. You know what I mean?
Get her what is that? What is the thing we called it? The Hippocratic not the oath.
Hippocratic waiver.
Hippocratic waiver.
I was like, wait, what are you fucking talking about dude, now?
The waiver. Yeah. Well, but as far as like espionage and surveilling shit, like I've got diagnosed pharmaceuticals and medtech as my like main three.
Okay.
So unless those come into play, I'm pretty much sideline. Back up.
I think my plan is to simply be nearby for when something goes wrong.
Same.
Okay.
The only thing I could do is like get.
I am specifically not bringing my cell phone. I'm leaving my cell phone at my apartment for this mission.
So is hashtag doing this from the comfort of his own home, or has he got to be somewhere close, or how's this working?
You have no idea.
Okay.
So in Cyberpunk 2020, he could be on the fucking moon as far as anyone's concerned. So
yeah.
One thing I could do, you mentioned it was a couple sessions ago, but there's like a way to get the stun drug that I made into a grenade form, sort of.
Yeah, you can load it into a gas grenade.
Could do something like that in case we needed to like knock out a room of people real fast.
Yeah. I mean, anyone that goes into the building has to go through their scanner.
Yeah. Right. So no matter what, there'll be a scanner going through.
I will say, having played a lot of Dragon Alliance 2, until the very end of the game, gas grenades are hilariously effective. And then everyone has a gas mask from there on out, and they're using chemical weapons against you.
What's the grenade skill again?
Heavy weapons.
Throwing.
No, it's
Heavy
heavy
weapons.
weapons. Yeah.
Okay. Which I do have a chip for now, which I assume is at 1 now.
Yeah, it's every 2 days you get another +1 until you reach 3.
So I do have a baseline heavy weapons chip happening because
That chip will instruct you on how not to drop a grenade at your feet and kill yourself.
Yeah. It's also for my combat arm because those are all heavy weapons as well. So if that's something that I think we would need or just could be useful in a pinch,
I mean,
could do that.
they're always useful in the future.
I would point out that gas grenades are illegal. So
is the drug that I made.
Yep. Yeah, just wanted to be clear. Well, there are different levels of illegal.
There's illegal, then extra legal.
There's illegal, and then there's terrorism.
And then there's Johnny Silverhand.
It's true.
Johnny Silverhand is a hero, don't you know?
Is there a
He's
gas
a
grenade?
legend.
Is there a gas grenade that makes anyone who inhales it feel like they got kicked in the nuts by Johnny Silverhand?
Good way to go.
Probably not going to help this particular circumstance, but I just want to find out, Arthur, when Pascal disarmed that mine, did he disarm it as in render it safe but inert, or did he disarm it as in put it back into a dormant state that could be reused?
I'll leave that to the Pascals to decide.
I think I rolled really well on that one.
You
too.
did roll really well. It was over 20.
I don't care. If you want to say you rendered it inert, it's inert. If you want to say you rendered it so it could be used again, it can be used again.
If Bishop wants me to have made it so that it could be used again, then I did.
Oh yeah, no, I certainly plan to. I would certainly plan to redeploy it against its owner. So.
Excellent. Then that is what I did.
And I believe did you learn the name of the merc who claimed to have killed you? I think you did, right?
Yes. Pascal did. He did.
Yes, it's Metal Man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nice. I'm guessing mines are illegal as well. Speaking of illegal weapons.
Yeah. Okay. Pretty much everything on your character sheet is totally illegal. Just to be clear.
I guess I will do that.
Wait, I thought Metal Man was my landlord.
Is that who it is? Did I write it down wrong? Metal Man might be your landlord. Oh,
according to my notes, Metal Man.
It's because I put the two conversations next to each other. You're right. Metal Man is your landlord.
Okay, so the assassin is not his landlord. Is that what you're saying?
That's correct. Metal Man is his landlord, who is a net runner who disappeared a couple years ago and is now back.
That would be hilarious in our Seinfeld episode.
Because I was going to say I was about to save a lot of money on rent.
Seinfeld episode where the assassin is the landlord.
Have we got to the point where no one has anything else they want to do?
I'm just looking for where grenades are in the book.
They're at the end of the weapons section.
End of weapons. Okay.
The weapons section, it should be, I think it's on the second page of weapons where it starts to list heavy and exotics.
If you want stuff like smoke grenades, that sort of stuff, they're on Blackhand's street weapons book, though. It's only pretty much got like explosive grenades in the main book.
Okay.
Coltan, your choice of vehicle is a skateboard, correct?
Yeah, I usually bum rides off people.
So I just want to be clear that you're like getting off the interstate traveling north out of Redline City, and you're in like an abandoned industrial park, and you're just kind of standing at the end of the roads staring at the internet phone company's like security switching area. So you're going to be really conspicuous standing there with the skateboard.
I mean, I'm not going to be on the street just looking at them.
All right. I just want to know like what you're playing here, though, because like I said, cover is hard to come by, and
he's not just staying there, Arthur. He's grinding. He's grinding those curbs. You know,
of course, yeah. He's Tony Hawk Pro Skatering too.
Unless they've installed those annoying metal bars to stop people from grinding on all the stairs.
Oh, what is that called? I can't remember.
That's the sort of thing those the internet phone company would do, I think.
Yeah, what's the name of that kind of architecture called? Like anti something. I just can't remember. But
it's called boomerism.
2077 has those as well, and it annoys the shit out of me when I'm like, look at this bench. It is designed so you cannot lay down on it. Yeah, so what are you doing just to stay cool and not immediately get picked up as someone casing the joint?
What is there across the road? Is it like fully brutalist, just gray boxes on the street?
There's like occasionally a maybe 6 to 8 foot tall red brick walling off a factory area, lots of chain link fencing. There's data terminals every once in a while, but nowhere near as dense as you would get in a city, and streetlights are hard to come by. On the other hand, there's not a lot of trash and there's not a lot of graffiti out here, probably because someone comes out here and makes sure no one hangs around like you're trying to do.
It's defensive architecture, Arthur.
Defensive architecture, thank you.
But there are like places to hide.
It's kind of open. Now, we do know that there is a nearby second story factory where Bishop observed everything from. So if you want to, be within a couple minutes of jog of the facility, you can easily hide up in there.
Great.
Okay, can I get a stealth check real quick?
I do have stealth. Is it a regular 15?
It's an 18.
Well, may as well throw luck in this so I don't fuck it up from the very beginning. I still fucked it up.
Okay. Making a note. Like nothing happens. No teams of assassins descend on your position, zip tie you, and haul you away to be cyber zombie.
You know how in Zoolander they have like the models that are like the police?
Yeah.
Like imagine like skateboarders that are like also anti-skateboarders.
You mean undercover police posing as skateboarders?
No,
Dave,
no.
that's incredible. Has anyone told Los Angeles about this?
No, I don't mean that. I mean like, you know how they had like an elite, like in Mirror's Edge, they had like the cops that were like free runners, for example.
Like the Hello Fellow Kids meme, except like the guy with the 2 skateboards. Steve Buscemi with 2 skateboards walks up and is like, hey, what's up?
I was just looking for that.
I only recently realized that he had 2 skateboards in that photo.
Yeah.
Like it kind of blew my mind when I realized that. But it's like the Mirror's Edge like police force that create like the free runners to chase the free runners, like.
And sorry, Pascal, where were you waiting? During the op?
Yeah. I was listening to all of this and going, shit, I can't do what I was going to do.
What are you going to do?
That is a very good... I guess I'm going to hang out with everybody else.
Okay. And Bishop, you're going to be at that same building you were at before?
Probably a little bit further away, only because I don't want a chance, turning up and being spotted in the same building. So I'll probably you said this is the end of like a road off the interstate. I'll probably be like 1 street over.
Actually, how I should know this. How long is the range on my radio thing?
Like 3K or something like that, if I remember correctly.
Yeah,
It's
so I
pretty
guess
far.
I'll be.
But it's not like you can go through like buildings and shit. Like it's pretty much like it's like think of what a police scanner is, and that's basically what you've got.
On the gas grenades, is that something I could just buy, or do I need to like talk to someone?
No, you'll have to get them.
Never mind then.
Can't just buy them off the street.
Never mind.
So I am not bringing my cell phone once again.
Yep.
I am also making sure I'm wearing gloves.
Good call.
And I am bringing along a spritzer bottle just filled with some sort of ammonia-based cleaning agent in it as well.
Wow. To get rid of any blood, so you don't leave behind those bloods?
Or DNA, any sort of DNA.
Yeah,
DNA
interesting.
evidence.
All right, James, you're a scary motherfucker, and I'm really worried.
I'm not bringing newspapers to put down and plastic sheeting. We're not talking about like.
Yeah, we didn't go full Dexter, but you're still
meanwhile, the professional saboteur just knees a guy in the back and puts him in the fridge.
Oddly, there's fridges just all over the place in here.
Yeah,
and they have a green or red light to tell you whether they've been filled up or not.
Oh my
I'll bring
God,
a few of those
fucking
in the new CD as well.
Burned out car. That's my favorite. The first time I found a burned out car trunk, I was like, oh, wow. All right. So, Pascal, I asked you where you were at, and we've still talked around that to radio rage.
So I can be a mile away and
Sure.
still communicate with.
Yeah. I agree that is true.
You should be with
Wolfgang.
me because I'll be relying upon your radio connection with Wolfgang.
Perfect. I will be with Bishop wherever
Okay, so
he is.
Coltan is keeping visual range, and Bishop and Pascal are staying further back in a sort of reserved motorcycle position.
Correct.
Okay,
yes.
then I'm not going to need either of you to make rolls because no one's looking for you that
That's
far
damn
away.
good because I can't make one. Definitely could not make an 18.
Yoshan Altman, you are awoken at around 5:30 o'clock in the morning, and you know that thing that they do in the movies where people flow into the room and their gun barrels are in every direction, and that just happens to you. Like the bedroom door of your bedroom gets kicked open and people wearing full black body armor with like a 3-letter agency with the IPC on it flow into the room. 2 people are just screaming like, get down, don't move. Somebody tosses a flashbang even though they're all already in the room specifically to flash you. There's like a bag out immediately as soon as the flashbang goes off, drawn over your head. Do you resist in any way?
Am I aware that this is a planned thing?
No.
Then yes.
Okay. How do you want to resist? Because they're about to like drop a black bag over your head.
Well, let me do a roll here. Like, am I gonna recognize?
Oh, you recognize the IPC logos immediately, right? This is the internet phone company.
Yeah, sure. If I recognize that, I will be surprised, as best as a gonk can be surprised.
Okay.
And I'm just.
I like how you're
adopting that
using
term 'cause
57-year plus slang in the future
Yeah.
slang.
it's
You're
a-
real streets ahead, bro.
Yeah, it's a good word, man. It's like
I assume it's based off of the gonk droid from Star Wars, which indeed makes it a
Probably.
good word.
yeah, like honestly, I think the lingo in 2077 is fucking amazing. Anyway, that's besides the point.
I would say it's real Nova hot.
Ask for their warrant.
Tell them you're a sovereign citizen.
I'm supposed to be like some sort of playboy, right? Or something
Yeah,
like
you're
that.
supposed to be old money in the biz. Like your entrance is basically all but assured. Your whole family
Okay.
works for this company already, even though you don't yet.
Okay,
Like-
so then I'll be like, your boys are finally here.
Okay.
Great."
You're saying that, yeah, like you put your hands out, two guys on either side of you, like yank your hands back. It hurts a lot. They slam your hands behind you. They put you in plastic cuffs. You hear one of them go with like a cyber modulated voice, like target secure. And you hear
Normally I have to pay for this, boys. So thanks for that.
they're taking it in good humor. Like some of them are chuckling, and somebody else is like, "Stop laughing. Take it seriously, guys.
Yeah, don't ruin this for me, guys. Come on now.
So one of them grabs your feet, the other one grabs your shoulders, and they basically lift you up and carry you out. They're all moving. Again, it's like a really trained flow. They're not stopping at any moment, and they're moving. It's like that game Snake, you know? Like when one of them goes around the corner, each of them does the corner in the exact same way as they flow back downstairs into the van. They seat you in the back of an extra long van where it's hard to tell how many people are back here, but you definitely bump shoulders with at least one other person, and it sounds like there are probably several other people back here. And then the van starts driving away. Hard to tell what's going on because you have a bag over your head.
So I'm like, doing this, and I turn to the guy next to me, and I'm just like, So do they have good meals?
Somebody punches you in the stomach and goes, "No talking."
Gotta know when to hold them.
I just start coughing. I'm just like, guys, I think I gotta throw up in
Somebody
the bed.
punches you in the stomach again. What part of no talking don't you understand?
I just
They punch you in the stomach again. I'm gonna have you start taking damage at some point. So
I need to sell this. You know. This is I'm playing this the same way that, like, you know, someone gets fathered into a frat house with me.
Yes, but I point out that if you don't follow the rituals in the frat housing, they beat the shit out of you.
Yeah. So he'll just like start sobbing a little bit.
Okay, you quietly sob in the back of the van. You hear at least one other person can get brought in the same way you did. And they're just like, "What's happening? You can't do this to me!" And somebody punches them in the stomach and then goes, "Stop talking." About 20 minutes later, all of you observe a van approaching. It has the IPC logo on the side of it. It purports itself to be a repair van.
Yeah, the ICP logo on the, like,
yeah,
the
it's
insane
the
clown
insane
posse?
clown posse. Yeah, the FBI just took them off the terrorist list and.
I didn't realize this when they came in, but it was the wrong ICP logo.
What was it from The Simpsons? Flowers by Irene on the van.
It's a new version of the Bozos clan.
Yeah.
Oh,
jeez.
no. Okay, so
They don't even know how magnets work.
at this point, someone removes the bag off of your head. You can see that you're seated next to TV, and across from you are three more people in various states. Well, let's put it this way: you and TV seem to be the ones best suited for being dragged out in the middle of the night and taken to a facility. The other three that were in the van seem like maybe they might have soiled themselves or are otherwise fear sweating.
Yeah, basically, I like to imagine that Wolfgang was standing at the windowsill smoking when the guys came in, like basically fully dressed, shoes on, you know. Ready to go.
They cut your plastic cups and remove them. They take off your head things, as I stated, and then they escort you out of the van and direct you towards the front entrance, where you could see a woman. She is wearing a tan business suit, silver hair pulled back into a neat bun. Looks like she's in her 50s. The markings at her temple indicate she probably has some sort of neural wear link and cybernetic processing, and she just waves and says, "Welcome everyone. Johan, good to see you again. The rest of you, welcome to the family. This will be your final security check before you officially join the internet phone company. Sorry about the hassle of dragging you in here. It's just a little ritual we like to do to our employees. You'll have a chance to do it to somebody else down the line. Why don't you come inside? We'll take you into the kitchen, get you some water bottles, get you some breakfast. Then we'll have you take your interviews." You say anything? Johan?
I mean, this lady knows Johan, so I'm not saying shit.
Okay. All right. So I need to make a roll real quick. The millimeter wave in here has a 60% chance of detecting everybody's cyberware. This is for TV. It does not detect her cyberware correctly. Wolfgang, it detects your cyberware correctly.
Even with the real skin?
I believe real skin gets another roll, right?
Yeah.
What is that roll?
Mm-hmm. I think it's like there's like a 10% chance out of 100, like, to find it, I believe.
And I don't think that's for all of your cyberware. I think it's only for the real skin, right?
Yeah, it's only for the legs. Yeah.
Let's see here. I'm not in the right spot for cyberware, am I? Yep, there it is. Friday Night Firefight. That's Cyber Optics. Not Skinweave, right?
No, real skin has a 75% chance of passing as meat to all but the best inspection.
Okay, that's not what this is doing. It definitely 100% detects.
Yeah, it's more of a visual. That's for a visual inspection. Yeah.
Yep, and they do not peg visually that your legs are cybernetic, but the millimeter wave picks it up and correctly detects all of your cyberware, which is good because they pull TV aside and like it looks like they're gonna get a wand, you know, and do a more thorough check, and you know, she's being flagged because her cyberware isn't showing up. One of the guards that's at the front lobby door is just like, "I'm sorry, ma'am. This happens from time to time. You know, this old equipment."
Okay.
But they don't know she has cyberware. How?
Well, no, she's a netrunner, so she's got to have something.
She definitely has cyberware.
Okay.
Yeah. So, is there a way that I can...
let me ask, Glimo, at what point does hashtag begin his 10-minute window? Is it right now?
I thought it was supposed to be when she went through the scanner.
Oh, well, you tell me if they've already started, because if so, then the scene will be very different.
I would have thought that it was when.
Okay. Well, yeah, like you text him and it starts now. So instead, the scene is TV passes through. Miss Hooley passes through with absolutely no issue. It just shows only the cyberware that you wanted to show.
Yep.
Okay, so you are led into the kitchenette area next to reception and given like a water bottle and like a healthy, it's nearly meat breakfast sandwich. It's like a Burger King Beyond Meat replacement protein breakfast croissant, which
I like to believe that there's like people don't trust meat, so they would prefer to be like
why would you get natural meat? There are gonna be parasites in that. Obviously you should get lab grown meat.
Sorry, AP, can I quickly leverage this for a second,
please?
So from what I understand, we're now on the clock 10 minutes with hashtag, correct?
Yes.
So could we have pre-organized to effectively send, you know, a simple, you know, single click communication to Wolfgang where the 10 minutes starts, and then we'll also trigger when it ends, so he knows that within this 10 minutes, if something goes wrong, we can at least have hashtag blind the cameras while we come in to get him out. But once that 10 minutes is up, he's, you know, we don't have that luxury.
Just gonna make a roll here. Okay. All right. You send a single click. Wolfgang, you do receive that click on the far end, letting you know that the timer has begun. All right. So 3 or 4 minutes later, after everybody's got their water bottles, and you know how it is when you organize a bunch of people together and they're all awkward first time around each other, and it's hard to get them to move from location to location. This woman who knows you is now moving everybody down to the southern edge into the meeting room, where you guys are to be spaced out. Don't talk to each other, but just wait in there and they'll come get you one by one to take you for your security interviews.
Is she wearing a name tag or anything like that?
Nope. She does, however, pull you aside immediately and is like, "Yo, Sean, can I speak with you?" When was the last time I saw you? Was it the Alps or Aspen?
So I'm going to mimic his voice here. I never heard you never made his voice, but I'm going to mimic his voice because I did shadow him.
Sure.
And I'm going to do my best to reciprocate the way that he talked to general people.
No, I am not talking like him.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say to her, "I was like, I don't fucking know."
Okay. I would like you to make fast talk and persuasion real quick. Difficulty is a 15.
I'll put 3 luck into this. So wait, what is the persuasion used? It's cool, or is it empathy?
Fast persuasion is based off empathy.
Okay, so I'm 6 and 4, so I'm rolling 10, so I need to roll a 5 or higher. So basically I have a 50-50 chance of passing this. So I'm gonna put I'll put 3 luck into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. She just nods and says, "Well, I understand. It could be a very mix-upping morning. Don't worry. We'll get you toughened up. Your brother wanted to be here personally, but I insisted that we keep this interview professional, at least for appearance's sake. And I know your mom wanted to be here, but Project Scan Eagle is taking up all of her time."
I just sort of, like look disinterested and shrug, maybe start picking my nose or something like that.
She looks a little turned off by that and says, "Well, look, I know it's not the right time of year for this hemisphere, but after we got you initiated, maybe you'd like to go on another ski trip somewhere in India? The mountains should be pretty good."
I guess. I don't know. I'll think about it.
She gives you an odd glance and sends you back off into the meeting room.
Mm-hmm.
Once you imagine about 2 minutes later, someone comes in who looks like they are a interrogation technician. We're talking average height, average weight, medium build, brown hair, brown eyes, white guy with
hollow rim glasses,
no identifying marks, no tattoos, pretty good level of body fitness. He's got a plastic bag that has like a DNA swab. And
he's Matt Damon, the accountant.
Urine cup. And he says, "Miss Hooley, could you come with me, please?" Miss, and then he goes and checks his paper again and says, "Miss Hooley Jing," and she stands up and goes with him, and he's giving her instructions along the way. One of the other people in the room at this point, now that you've all been left alone, is like, guys, is this normal? Like when they said they were going to recruit me, I kind of thought I wasn't going to get the shit beaten out of me in the middle of the night."
I just pat him on the shoulder and give him a nice squeeze and go back to like putting just relaxing.
Hey, so what's your name?
No, kid.
Oh, okay.
Just be quiet and sit down.
You're like, be cool, man. Be cool. Okay. That guy gets pulled out after about 2 minutes, and then somebody comes for you. It's the same guy from before. He's got a DNA swab and a pee cup for you, and says, Joshin Altman. Mr. Altman, can you come with me, please?
I give him a salute, and then I come with him.
Yeah, he takes you to the southeast corner of the building where the bathrooms are. And security swipes himself in and says, "Sir, I'm going to need you to swab and pee in this cup, please." Then we'll move along to the next phase.
Arthur, out of curiosity, am I aware of the type of stuff that this is this a normal event that goes through when initiations happen, or
for something like this? No,
like corp, like when people get
this is not normal
transitions. Okay. Mm-hmm. So there's no way I could have prepared
for this. Probably not.
Yeah. Okay.
I would point out the whole reason that Dante is trying to get somebody in this organization is to learn these exact things.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And then I just sort of look at the cup and I'm just going, is this really necessary? I mean, Really?
Sir, do you require a diuretic?
Do I look like I require? No. I mean, come on. You know who I am, right?
He just stands in the door frame of the bathroom. Sir, I need you to pee in the cup. I don't want to have to ask you a third time, sir.
Are you going to look at my penis while I do it?
We are affording you every privacy.
Okay. So I unbuckle my pants and I pull them all the way down to my ankles.
Right in front of him?
And I lift my shirt up and then I start peeing into the glass, Arthur.
Okay.
Very European.
Yeah. And then as I'm holding the shirt in my mouth, I look at him and I'm like, huh?
All right. No, he continues to look not at your eyes, but at a point somewhere to the right and behind you in the infinite distance.
and then I without screwing the lid on, I splob some on the ground as I hand it to him. And go, here you go.
Can you give me the lid, sir?
Oh, sorry. And I flick it a little bit so it gets on his arm, and then I bring back the lid and bring it back over and splob some more.
All right.
And
You can tell that during your upcoming interrogation, he's gonna have it's gonna be personal level of pleasure. Thank you, sir. And the DNA swab, you know, it's like a Q-tip you stick in your mouth.
I'm like grabbing his hand about to spit. Yeah. No worries. You should really understand who my mother and brother are, by the way.
Are you flexing on this guy?
Oh yeah, I'm flexing on this dude. I'm grandfather.
Make an intimidation.
I got this last session, so
I'm gonna set the difficulty at 16.
16. Okay.
I love that you went with, do you know who my father is?
A mother and brother.
No, but yeah, but that's like when you see somebody like, do you know who my father is? You guys know who I'm talking about. You must have encountered someone like that before.
In D&D, absolutely. Intimidation is what? Cool? Strength, body?
Cool.
I think it's cool.
It is cool.
I'm not even talking about in D&D. I'm talking about in real life. You can't do this to me. My dad owns a dealership. Yes, you know exactly who I'm talking about, chat. You know.
Must be an American thing.
We've dealt with that person before.
All right. Okay. And just double checking my cybernetics to see if I have anything that gives me a bonus here.
You've already showed this guy your bone eye.
Yeah. All right, I don't think so. So I will spend 2 luck on this.
You guys are blowing through luck.
Well, I mean, I'm trying to get through this without him having to do things on me. So, because the more questions he asks, the harder it is for me. So,
okay.
It's rough. Yeah.
He stands there, supremely unimpressed by you. Waits for you to DNA swap.
So Wolfgang's actually like a spy, isn't he? So he'd have an idea about how to. So for example, with the DNA swab, you can simply not contact any of the saliva in your mouth, like move it around just inside the space, and you couldn't see that the swab itself hasn't got any. I mean, you'll still breathe on it, but it makes it a lot less conclusive. They won't know that until they go and test it later on.
I mean, yeah, I'm sure he would have known that. I'm doing everything I can to make it difficult to deal with this stuff.
Okay,
so
you do all that.
Now I'll contaminate the pee as best I can. You know, like
Okay.
Yeah. So.
All right. He takes it from you and puts it in a plastic bag. He starts walking you up through the facility until you reach. Do I have you guys on the right map? I think I do.
Yes.
Here. Yep. Let me go get our little Wolfgang marker. I'm not showing it to chat. They don't need to see all of our stuff here. They just need to know that you're being brought through a secure police station. He takes the stuff in, and has you go sit in one of the interview rooms. When you enter the interview room's meeting area, the lights inside go from white to yellow, and all of the people working on their screens go from something they're working on to it like a black and yellow stripe with a word that says "Warning, visitor present." One of them slams their hand on the table and goes, "Fucking Scan Eagle, Jesus Christ." The other one goes, "Shut the fuck up, man. New guys are here." Wolfgang, he like leaves you in the interview room and goes off to process your test results. So even with Wolfgang Roth's grandstanding, he still gets the test results into the technicians just in time for hashtag to spoof them. It was getting really close with Wolfgang being like, no. So, like, literally seconds before hashtag's contract runs out, he spoofs the results so that the readings are exactly what they want to be read. And a guy nods.
I didn't even consider that being a thing.
Just nods and goes, "Checks out, sir. He's exactly who he says he is." And like the guy next to him goes, "Yeah, like anybody's gonna sneak in here."
Yeah, like anyone's gonna pretend to be that guy. I'm like in the like the one-way mirror, like picking my teeth.
There is no one-way mirror here. It's just a regular interview room, casual, totally normal. It's actually like two nice chairs with like upholstery and a small table between the two of them.
So I'm gonna do what I think amateur solos would do.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is like I'm gonna check the room for traps.
Okay. So this guy opens the door and you're like in the upper corner like looking for bugs, and he's just like, "Mr. Altman,
Traps and secret doors.
Sit down in the chair, Altman."
I sit down. I like room's clean. I sit down in the chair.
Okay.
There's a soft click in the chair.
You didn't find the landmine, I see.
You can very faintly hear from the room next to you, Huli Jing speaking with someone. And the guy who's in with you, the original person who
okay, well, I'm going to listen in because I have
enhanced audio.
Yes.
Sure. Make a awareness check.
So you get +2 from the.
Yeah, I'm gonna increase your difficulty though, because you need to carry on a conversation at the same time this is happening.
I have a sorry, no, I'm getting my shit confused here. I have phone splice scrambler, voice stress analyzer, and a radio link. I don't have the enhanced audio.
Then it's going to be an 18 to listen in while also talking.
Okay. I mean, I would like to try it anyway because trying to get
as many rolls as possible to
information.
make up for the last 2 sessions.
So what did you say?
18.
Awareness/notice.
Awareness notice.
Okay, I'm just gonna roll this out, right?
Okay.
Save my 1 luck. Oof.
Okay.
That's
So you're
not
like
bad.
looking around, and he literally like slams the clipboard down on the table and says, "Yoshen, honestly, I'm getting a little tired. You're not paying attention. You're not doing what's been asked of you. I know you think that this is some sort of formality and that you can hide behind who your family members are, but your sister personally tasked me with making sure you're up to the kind of level that we're looking for in our employees. And yeah, I know that one day you might be my boss, but you don't walk out of this room unless I say so. So could you please pay attention?"
Yeah, I guess. Put my feet up on the table.
Now, let's begin by talking about your level of experience. When
A
you were
plus. That is what I consider myself, sir. An A plus solo.
okay.
You know how many A plus solos there are? Not many. I can guarantee that.
He's literally at a loss for words.
Next question.
it's just, what should you imagine? This guy's like running a voice stress analysis. He's looking at your thermographics. He's checking your blood pressure, and you just keep interrupting him. And his own blood pressure is rising at an unusual and alarming rate.
See, this is the trick, because what we're going to do is make them so annoyed that they have to bring their best interrogator for this guy, so they can't use the best interrogator on the person we're trying to protect. You see, all part of the ruse.
All I'm doing is taking attention away from who they're supposed to be looking at. So,
okay.
Actually, I have a question for you, if you don't mind me. Actually, you know, I do mind. Do you find my sister attractive?
Moving on. Latin America.
As I said, I might be your boss one day, and this is important stuff to know. I need to know where your allegiances lie.
Wait here. He stands up and moves to the door. He closes the door, and you hear him lock it with his identification card, basically locking you in the room.
I go back to finding...
You hear the sound of a clipboard colliding with a wall.
And a face with a palm.
Somebody just goes, "Walk it off, man. Walk it off. We need him if we're gonna keep funding for Scan Eagle." And somebody's just like, "Shut the fuck up, man. They're in the other room. Stop talking about it." And he's like, "No, you shut the fuck up. No one comes into this facility unless they're ready, okay? Scan Eagle is our brainchild. It's our facility. They're all gonna be working on it no matter what they do." And the first guy goes, "No, seriously, shut the fuck up. We're all going to lose our jobs and end up floating in the Atlantic Ocean."
These guys are named Voight and Kampf.
They're named Dujardin and Hawkins.
They're named Mick and Guffin.
Wedge and Biggs.
Bob and Doug.
Punch and Judy. So it's about this time. Drummer, Coltan, you see someone walk out the front entrance and pull out a cigarette and start smoking it, and then they're just like screaming into the sky at the same time. You just lip read them from afar, and they're like, motherfucking son of a whore, can't believe this little arrogant piece of shit.
If we, none of the other guys have phones, so it's good. I can't tell them my joke.
You write it down in a palm pad for later.
I'm not Biscuit. Write things down.
Wolfgang, about 5 minutes later, the woman you initially met at the door comes in and sits down across from you and says, "Yoshin, I understand that you're being difficult. I would hate to have someone working at this facility who didn't fit in. We're a family here, and I would appreciate you..."
Red flag there.
"I would appreciate you treating all of our employees here with respect. You wouldn't want to get a negative review with the director, would you?"
I stand up and I put my finger on the table. It's like, I peed in a cup.
It's standard procedure around here.
Okay, fine. I'll play your games.
Look, I know that the leash is going to be a little tight around the collar for a while, but don't worry. You'll get to go back to being what you're good at once we're through with this.
Okay, just bring him back in.
Latin America. Tell me about it.
It's on the map around America.
And well, I'm specifically asking about your service there.
Mm-hmm. I read the dossier, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So I give her the surface level dossier shit.
That's exactly what she doesn't want to hear, though. And she's like, "But how did you feel about it? when you dragged that man out of his hut, showed his severed head in front of all the union workers, and returned them to work, how did that make you feel?
Do you really want to know?
Yes.
I thought, what would Rambo do?
Rambo.
Rambo.
You mean the Sylvester Stallone character from that old movie? The one Rambo movie that was ever made.
Mm-hmm.
And you find a Vietnam War veteran enlightening why?
He gets shit done. Gets shit done. What's confusing about that?
She flips through a few pages on her clipboard and says, and Egypt with the barge, that was getting shit done?
It's the easiest way to answer all of your questions.
I see. I need to make another fast talk and persuasion roll. This one's for all the beans.
All the beans. Well, luckily I have one luck left, so I will put one luck on this.
You need an 18?
Oh my god. Okay. Yeah. Oh, baby, come on!
A singular bean was needed.
Okay. Let's see here. And so these kind of conversations go on for a while as she tries to...
Is the guy still yelling outside?
Yes.
Great.
I will do. I mean, like, if this is a montage or whatever, basically, I'm doing the stereotypical, like, smoking to delay, you know, all that sort of shit, right? Like, asking for water.
There's no smoking inside this facility. You have to go outside to smoke. But yeah, you
I
ask
go
for
outside to
water. You
smoke?
do everything you can to extend this interview out. Now, this is one that you can't dodge, just to be clear. You've passed all of their tests, but now she wants to get your fingerprints so that they will be on your ID security badge.
Luckily, I have a severed hand with me, Arthur. No, I don't.
I find that incredibly difficult to believe that you could get that in the facility past literally everyone.
They checked for cyberware, not for cyber limbs, Arthur. Jeez,
They
come on.
dragged your ass in here and threw you in a van. I assume at some point somebody patted you. You literally whipped your dick out in front of a guy. So many places you can hide things, man.
What they didn't show was like
Nope.
behind in the butt cheeks is a hand. No.
No.
Okay, sure. So okay. Yeah, all right. I'll do this.
Okay.
I mean, it's important.
They take
Again, this is for love, so you know, of course, I'll.
They
throw
take a
myself
photo of
under
you,
that.
and they get you your. Yeah, Jamie. They get your photo, and they hand you a security badge that will let you into the facility, and they tell you that you're to be here at 6 a.m. sharp tomorrow for your first day of work, where you'll be going out with one of the contractor groups just so that they can get you up to speed on how they do things around here and the kind of work they'll expect you to be overseeing. Okay. Around this time, you see Hu Li Jing is leaving her room and seems to be starting the same procedures that you just went through. Getting her photograph taken, prints taken. She doesn't appear at this moment to have raised any red flags.
All right. I just, you know,
She's who she claims to be, isn't she? She's just
Yes.
got some hidden cyberware and she's working for somebody else. That's
Correct.
really.
She is exactly who she claims to be.
Yeah. She's actually a double agent. She's now being debriefed on what she learned about
Dante's
organization.
Listen, would I do that? I'm not Grimdarkjames. Is there anything you want to do before you leave the facility, Wolfgang Roth?
I just commit the lady with the hair bun to memory as best I can.
You never really got her name.
I know, but I want an impression.
You have
of
a visual impression of her. Okay.
Yeah.
You exit the facility, and the guy who initially brought you into the interrogation room will be driving you home in his van.
Like the guy that put a bag over my head, or
no, the guy
that
you whipped your dick out in front of and peed, and then annoyed repeatedly.
Yeah. So I get into his car, and I'm basically just like, tough day in the office.
He remains silent. He takes his
like,
long
you
to
better
get home.
used to this. You're going to be my personal chauffeur once I'm an executive.
He takes as long to get home as possible and tries to hit every pothole on the passenger side of the vehicle.
I smoke in his car.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to mind.
Right.
The rest of you watch. I guess just the doctor watches as Wolfgang Roth, aka Yoshin Altman, gets into a van and drives away.
I'm just still amazed that guy kept up as many. He's used so many swear words. Some of them I didn't even know what they meant.
I guess we leave then.
Okay, what do you want to do?
What happens to the girl? Does she leave as well? Like, does she go home?
You're leaving before her, so you have no idea.
I mean, I suppose we'll wait to make sure she leaves. And through.
All right. Okay. Several minutes later, she also leaves. Another van comes to drive her home.
Can I see if this is the driver, or is it just a random?
It's a random faceless mook.
Okay.
His name is Steve Gary. He's 5'8", brown hair, green eyes. Currently wearing IPC gear. And by
Face
gear,
paint and everything?
No. The hat and then like a t-shirt. You can't see what bottoms he's wearing, but you think they might be shorts that say juicy on the butt. He just gives off that kind of vibe.
All right.
Okay.
Nothing seems out of the ordinary. Like,
Yoshin, you are left at your apartment where there's a dead guy in your refrigerator.
Okay. Now I've got signal dampener and all that sort of stuff. I'm going to make a call.
Okay.
I call. Who has a signal jammer on the other side that I would know of?
You mean a scrambler?
Scrambler.
Signal damper and scrambler are two different things.
Sorry, I have. Just so you know, I have a scrambler.
Okay.
As well. So I'm looking for someone on my team who has a scrambler as well.
I have a scrambler, but my phone is at my apartment. So.
Well, this would be like after.
Okay. Yeah, once we leave, I assume we can get back to wherever we were.
Mm-hmm. Or maybe I'd wait a couple of hours then. I wouldn't do it immediately. So.
Okay.
So I'll say. During that time, I probably would have tried my best to draw this woman.
Okay.
And I'll also make note of the project they kept mentioning.
Yep.
And
Scan Eagle.
Scan Eagle, and basically, I will let everyone know that I have. I'm going to be assuming the identity of this man until it becomes necessary for me to not do it. However, I will need help disposing of a corpse.
So, do you plan to go back tomorrow? Is it the?
I don't know. I will. It is up to you guys to get in contact with Dante for the time being.
Well, we need to reach out to this girl and see whether she considers she's embedded or not. Because I think once you decide you're out, you just need to effectively, fake your own death, so to speak. Burn
Use
the
the
place down
corpse.
with the body inside it, for example, that sort of thing, so that they have a closed case.
Yeah. Okay.
Terrible
If Dante also says, "Hey, look, 2 people is better than 1," then that's that's how things will go. So we'll see what he wants.
Well, Dante then see what his impression of the situation is.
Dante's secretary has you hold for 25 minutes, and then they give you the you're on the line with the Emperor of, and then
South America.
Yeah. He picks up and says, "You've got Dante."
Your agent has passed her first day exam and has been given credentials to return tomorrow. Do we require further? She's not let us have any issues. Everything seemed to go smoothly.
Very well.
Do we need to do any more to make sure that she's further accepted?
Do you believe that any further deception is necessary?
Has she contacted you?
She has not, and she should not.
Can we contact her without blowing her cover?
I certainly hope that you don't blow her cover, that is. If you feel that you need to contact her in order to confirm that the mission is done, please do so in as discreet a manner as possible. There has been no movement on my end, so at the very least, your insertion has been either highly successful or incredibly unsuccessful.
Okay. I will go to I assume we said have public phone booths in the Cyberpunk universe.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep. Data terms.
Yep. I will call her contact number.
Okay. You get a answer as she opens her flip phone and says, "This is Jing."
Hello, this is Marcus from Dante's Inferno Pizza. Just wanted to make sure that you got your pizza okay.
Oh man, give me a sec. She would have a really clever response to that I don't have immediately available.
My half and half only has half pepperoni. The other half is missing.
She says, "I'm sorry, I think you have the wrong number. I didn't order a pizza. Everything's fine here."
Oh, sorry. Well, I'll check on our end. Have a good day.
Okay, she hangs up.
All right. So I'll call everyone else back. I think we're good here. Sorry, we're Nova.
That's so streets ahead of you, Jay. Okay. Dante sends you all a message indicating for you to come in to collect your payment and a debriefing tomorrow morning at 9 a.m.
All right. So I'll send a message to. I'll get Pascal to send a Scrabble message to Wolfgang that he should, plan his exit.
Plan your exit. Burn the building down. Let us know if you need kindling.
I want to remind you live in an apartment, so if you burn the building down, you're probably going to kill dozens of people.
So what I will do...
Start a fire and make sure that the body's very close to the fire, so by the time it's put out, the body's already consumed.
James, you're a really scary person.
Rate? What's the crime rate of this region?
I mean, it is a major city, so the crime rate is pretty high. However,
look, sometimes people just leave kibble on the oven for too long. All right,
you put a banana on the you put a banana in a pan for reasons no one understands. Suddenly, the whole ship's on fire. Oh, I can't believe that worked, Glimo. It was incredible.
Because if I wanted to make it look like a break and entering and a failed murder, a failed robbery.
Yeah.
Well,
I feel like
or a
that's gonna-
successful one. Just take stuff when you go.
I feel like there's got to be a role for this.
He's got a pretty intense detail following him around, right? Or is that over now?
That, as far as you have yet to spot his detail, is the problem.
All right, can I make a check to find the detail? Now that I know
You
what
want to
they
try to
look like
counter
and-
surveil them one more time? Sure. Awareness
Yeah.
notice.
Okay.
I would also accept shadow track. One of the two.
Shadow track is way better for me. And
Okay.
what does that use? Is that cool? No, that's tech, right? Shadow track would be tech for sure.
It is not tech. It is
Reflexes, isn't it?
int.
Sorry.
Oh, then absolutely, yeah. I will use shadow track.
You need to hit
100%.
an 18.
Oof.
Okay, roll another d10 real quick. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you look around. You never find whether or not there is a security detail tasked with watching you. So what's the plan? You gonna keep living this guy's life and go back into work tomorrow, or are you pulling out after setting him on fire? Wolfgang just abandons his life, his husband, his Arasaka problem. He's part of the internet phone company now, and his
But he
mom
gets to
is a
go
powerful
skiing.
person.
He gets to go skiing in Aspen, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he gets to
Arthur,
make that guy's life
new character
miserable.
time.
I'll make third character.
Yeah, third character.
He's a nomad now. His name is Win Diesel
Oh, that's great.
because he always wins.
Win Chutu.
What?
You know, because they use Chutu instead of these.
Yeah, yeah. I got it. It was just not good. I don't think anyone's last name is going to be Chu too.
I'm the reason why it's popular in 2077.
No,
Think
you're
about
not.
it. Okay, so yeah, I think at this point, I'm gonna do the thing where I go out and I buy an ungodly amount of alcohol.
I did
Okay.
that today. About $145 worth of alcohol. Yeah.
Yeah, but so I plan on spending at least 400 eddies on alcohol.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna make it very obvious that I'm this. You know, I say to everyone, it's like,
Now let me know.
celebrating. I'm gonna get tanked out of my
What's the
mind.
level of quality of this alcohol? Right? Are you
Oh.
getting?
The good shit, dude. I'm
Oh, the good
celebrating
shit,
a
okay.
win. Celebrating a win. You know what I mean? Like
You
I'm
tell
making it very
everybody.
obvious.
The news story is found hours after a celebratory binge. He was found burned to a crisp. The liquor store clerk described him as jovial and full of life. He will be missed.
And then I'm going to I'm going to also contact dealers. That I'm just going to walk up to a dealer and be like, "Give me some of that. Come on, I know you got it."
You mean drug dealers?
Mm-hmm.
I thought you meant car dealers. You're gonna walk up to a drug dealer on the street?
Yeah.
What are you wearing again?
Just normal clothes.
Okay.
Afghan. You said it was an Afghan.
This
something like that?
this guy doesn't own normal clothes. He owns prep school clothes.
Outlandish clothes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, rock threads.
The guy looks at you and he's just like, no, keep walking. Keep walking.
Oh, come on. You can even come back to my place.
He goes, is that bacon I smell?
The real shit. Real pig.
I mean, when you basically, you realize you just identified yourself as a police officer, then you're like, real pig. Yeah, he puts up his hand and goes, there's a police officer harassing me. Like all the other dealers on the street start disappearing. Police officer.
Come on, I just want to buy some drugs.
He's walking away from you and he's just like, he's trying to buy drugs. Someone get this man away from me. Yeah, he's just like looking at other people going, hey, yo. This guy's a cop trying to buy drugs.
As he does that, I like open up a bottle of whiskey or something, and I just start like drinking it. I'm just like, "You
Okay.
sure? I really want to fucking buy some
make
shit
one
from you."
more persuasion fast talk at difficulty 16 to attract someone to a possible police officer sting. Okay. After a few minutes of following this gentleman, somebody calls out to you from an alleyway behind a burning car, and he's like, hey, you, come over here. I have what you want, yes?
If what I want is just like synth coke and like probably some sort of hooker or something like that, then yes.
Hooker, no.
You have what I want.
You come in alleyway, we discuss. Stop talking.
I don't see any problems with that whatsoever, sir. Would you like some alcohol?
He says, do you have vodka in any bottle?
I like put my hands in. I was like, I don't know, this is clear.
He looks at it and now this is good stuff. Okay, you have money then. You have good money.
How many people buy drugs for you without money?
Oof. Yeesh.
Listen, I'm celebrating.
Do you speak Russian?
Wolfgang speaks German.
Okay, that's not Russian. Yeah, this guy begins telling his life story of how people have attempted to buy drugs from him in the past, and it sounds like it's gonna take a while. And then he goes, so you want synth coke, yes?
Yeah. Listen, I want enough of it to like entice the good hookers to come back to my house. You know what I mean?
You look like dangerous man to me. You look like what did they call you?
I had a good windfall today. Okay, I'm celebrating.
You seem like kind of man who would be good for, and he's like looking for a word and says, you seem like the kind of man who wants to feel good when you kill someone. Yes? Euphoric? Makes you feel like a real man. Gets you hard.
I already get hard when I kill people.
Yes. I sense that about you. I'm good with people.
Listen, are you going to give me the shit? Or you?
I have synth coke, but I have new product for you to try if you want. Huh?
Listen, there was one time, a guy got the jump on me, right? And he was strangling me, right? He was strangling me.
Yeah.
And I have never been closer to hitting the perfect orgasm than then.
This drug makes you feel invincible. No one can surprise you. No one can shock you. Even taser, only physical pain. Not, God, I am being tasered. You become fearless killing machine. A special drug made only for Soviet Union oil
all right, Ivan,
specialists.
you've convinced me. Give it to me.
All right, so he pulls out, it looks kind of like tea leaves in a little plastic baggie, and he holds out a bag of synth coke in his other hands and says, how much of each do you want?
I mean, what do I even do with those leaves? Do I put them in my eye? Like what?
No.
Look, I want to put it in
They
here.
will melt
in here?
immediately underneath your tongue. You don't need crude vein intrusion. No. It goes under the tongue. Do not worry. It will, how do they say in your language? Invasive cell reconstruction. It will go right into bloodstream faster than you can possibly imagine.
Okay. That's enough. Yeah, just give me whatever. Those two things. Let's go.
Okay. He is going to charge you 1,650 Eurobucks.
I'll give him 2,000.
Okay. Yeah, so he says, this is very generous of you. You are not like many of my clients. I like you. I don't have business card, but I can give you this. And he hands you like a one-use cell phone that it's got his number pre-programmed in it that you can call him with. It's literally, It's like a small transmitter. You need more drugs. You do this. You see you call. I come get you. We are now good friends. Thank you for
All right,
vodka.
Ivan. No worries. You're a good man. You're a good man. I tell you what. Let me ask you a final question. Is this the type of shit that I have to have someone in the room with when I take it? Like, what's the deal?
If you have someone in the room when you take any gestures to the black bag, he says, you will feel amazing as you kill them.
And if there's no one in the room?
You will want to kill someone.
I see. Thank you. This is great. So I'll grab it and I'll make a big show. Maybe like I'll
Gonna march back out on the street and be like, wow, these drugs I just purchased are so good.
Well, not so much that, but
You
I'm
look
just gonna
directly
make a
at the red light camera on the street corner.
make a big scene. Maybe like I'll throw like a bottle at a car or something and set the alarm off or something like that. And then I'll go back to my back to his apartment, and I'll do the following things. I'll get some gloves out, latex gloves, put them on, and I will start filling this corpse up with drugs.
Okay. So the he's been dead for long enough that he's already experienced cell death. So when you stuff him with a black drug, it doesn't do anything. Like, it doesn't dissolve instantly into his bloodstream.
I call Wolf. I call Coltan.
Okay. Let me ask a question real quick. Does Coltan have a phone scrambler, an ECM scrambler on him?
Nope.
Okay. Please go ahead.
So I don't break character.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, listen, I need to get real fucking high real quick. What's the best way to put these drugs in my body?
Rectum.
Even if I'm feeling a little cold?
I mean, you asked. Quickest way. Up the out tube.
You can't see it, but on the other end, Wolfgang is just like face palming. Is like, okay, thank you. Hang up. I was like, God damn it. Fucking God damn it.
Well, like, can I make a medtech roll to see if I know anything?
So,
like, I'd assume the person has to be alive with blood flowing for that particular drug to work.
yes, the body's not gonna. It might absorb the synth coke. You'd have to have a scientist about that one. The problem is that not only is rigor mortis keeping that body in the perfect stuffed in the refrigerator position, but it's also begun evacuating all of its interior pressured fluids and solid waste. So
there's not really any way to like reverse that. There's a whole game about that, I think.
Okay, so I'll do the next best thing, and I'll just light this place on fire, I guess. And
where are the drugs when this happens? Just to be clear.
All over the place, Arthur.
You're just gonna take synth coke and be like, shwa.
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh,
LeBron's James before every game. That's what's happening with synth coke right now.
I'm gonna lay him in his bed, Arthur. I'm gonna lay him in his bed.
Okay, he is still in the I've been stuffed in a freezer position.
That's great. I mean, it was a fridge, not a freezer, but
yeah. Okay.
And I lay him in his bed.
Yeah.
And then I put a cigarette in his mouth.
Yeah.
And then I light the bed up.
Okay. All right. I don't know that there's a stage the crime scene skill, but we have to roll something.
Stealth, maybe?
I don't think so.
What about like maybe like
streetwise.
Streetwise.
Yep. All right, I'll give you two choices. One will be streetwise, and the other will just be your intelligence plus your special move, right? Where you get half of
Yeah, okay. I would say combat sneak makes sense because this is the sort of like espionage shit that I should know a decent amount about. I would agree with that. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll make that roll. So int and combat sneak.
Yep.
Okay, let me just make sure that's using the right one.
I don't think criminology is a skill, unfortunately.
You can make the thing is you can
Yes,
make
I know,
whatever skills you want.
I know, but we don't have that available for right now.
All right, so this is my combat sneak roll. I'm not sure what combat sneak's actually using, but
We'll do it with your int. Yeah.
Yeah, so 1d10 plus 8 plus 7. 19.
Okay. More than good enough. All right, you staged a crime scene. Talk to me about leaving, since you... How do you leave now that the bed's on fire?
Stealth.
Okay. Make that roll.
Like, probably go to the roof and get off that some other way. In black
Yes,
clothes.
the double jump method. Unfortunately, you don't have that.
Yes, I do. I'm the dude that has double jump in this game.
No, you have the charged power jump, the shitty version.
Okay.
You
but
do not. I
can
assure you, you don't have double jump because you have no way to jet propulsion yourself while you're in midair.
If you charge jump and then continually mash kick, you can go forward though.
So my legs actually allow me to fall a great distance as well. So
Sure, I am aware. I made a character to specifically do what you did, but slightly better.
slightly better. Okay.
Have you seen all the videos of people getting to like inaccessible place in Cyberpunk by combining the double jump with the shoot dodge?
Yep. Yeah, like the train system that almost worked.
Or to the house on the roof.
So what would you like me to roll?
Stealth, right?
All right. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Just to escape the local area. You need
23.
Okay.
Crushed.
All right. You reappear somewhere in the city later, still dressed exactly like the guy that's apartment is now on fire.
I would have had my own clothing
So
that I
you
changed
swapped
back
out.
into. Yeah.
Okay, so you left him naked on the bed with his clothes on the floor on fire.
What do you do when you do drugs, Arthur?
I literally never done drugs.
Arthur,
Well, if you
I
could
came into his apartment with my own clothes on before
Yes,
I killed him.
I'm aware.
So-
Listen, Dave, I'm not offering judgment here. I just want to understand for when I make an investigation roll what they're going to see when they come in.
Yeah, a burned naked man like this with a
Yeah.
cigarette in his mouth.
Yep, on a bed that's on fire. The apartment's
Covered
on
in
fire.
cocaine's.
Yep. Oh, they're gonna be like, why is there cocaine sprinkled everywhere in this apartment? Why does he have an experimental South American combat drug sprinkled all over the place? I don't know, Johnson. Just sprinkle some crack on him. But sir, he already did.
It's like that meme of like the person in like the rabbit costume standing by the other person being loaded into an ambulance with shit going around, and it's like no one will ever understand what happened here. You know, it's just this is a convolution of too many weird things to ever understand.
It looks like that guy was a gun. They were all guns. Okay. I feel like this is a good place to take our break, and then when we come back, we'll have slightly less than an hour to finish. You have successfully negotiated your way through this job. There was a lot of pressure on Wolfgang to do literally everything, so I think the second half of this episode we'll be exploring what everybody else is doing.
Wolfgang is taking a fucking knee after this.
Stick around for the second half.